Welcome back for another book talk video. It's Saturday, and that means I'm talking suspense. Today I've got a British crime noir novel to tell you about, and I am in luck. The publishing company Close to the Bone contacted me and sent me an advanced reading copy, an ebook of this book. It doesn't come out until March 26th. So if you're watching this video on the date that I put it out, you've still got about 6 days to try to pre-order, get a hold of this book, and be one of the first people to read it. I give the book 4 out of 5 stars. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. It is a novel by John Bowie. I believe it is John Bowie's third novel, from what I could tell looking at Goodreads. On Goodreads, it looks like his first novel was Untethered, part of the Black Viking series. The second novel was Transference, Love and Hate in Rain City. And he's also had something published in Bikers vs. the Undead. I'm assuming a short story, part of a short story collection. And now Weston-super-Nightmare is coming out. I highly recommend this book if you enjoy crime noir stories, if you enjoy British crime stories. I actually recently watched the film The Gentleman, directed by Guy Ritchie, with Matthew McConaughey, Charlie Hunnam, Henry Golding, Michelle Dockery, Colin Farrell, and Hugh Grant. I thought it was a fun British crime film with a noir style, and it actually in some ways reminds me of this story because you have characters involved in these criminal situations and they just don't really have complete control over what's going on. In some ways, they feel kind of trapped or stuck. But lively, spirited characters who do not want to just give in, who don't want to just stop fighting. Thus, I think it's very exciting. This book has a trans character. In the first few pages, first chapter or two, I remember there was a comment about it, but I didn't think very much about it. I think the author handled the trans character really well because I completely forgot that the character was trans until close to the end of the book. And there was a flashback. The character was talking about when I was a little boy. So I thought that that was handled really well, that was neatly done, flashing back to that situation. There is a lot of sex, a lot of British slang, a lot of that going on in the story. There's also interesting family intrigue as you're introduced to the main protagonist at the beginning, Jimmy. And I'm not sure if British people pronounce Jimmy different ways depending on how it's spelt. Jimmi, Jimmy, or Jimi. Jimmy? I don't know. Jimmy, however you want to pronounce the Jimmy. It turns out that he had to abandon a son at some point. And so it's really interesting how the story introduces the idea of his ex and the son that he didn't really get to raise or be around as his son ends up later entering the story. This plot clearly is heading toward anarchy. And let me back up just a little bit. The title of the book, Weston-super-Nightmare, is a play on the location in England, Weston-super-Mare. Which, of course, me being a silly American, I didn't know anything about the place, but I looked it up online to learn more about it. And based on what I read online, it is a coastal town that is very touristy. The way it's presented in this novel, it's kind of a uncontrolled land as far as the different crime families or criminal organizations are concerned in England, to where you have crime bosses controlling different areas. But this town, this area is kind of like the Wild West. There is no clear crime boss of the area. And that's part of the complication. Why did I say that the characters kind of end up in situations outside of their control? Because there are different levels of power in the criminal world and different levels of what they're dealing with and their connections. I really enjoyed the characters. I liked the way that it came together. That's it for today's book talk. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you'll check out the book. Like I said, it's coming out March 26th. Thank you again, Close to the Bone Publishing Company, for providing me with the advanced ebook to read. Every day is a great day for a book talk. Peace.